So last night, after 15 years, the Colonel walks into my office. Made me take a good hard look at myself.
So, they found it again, have they? I thought we'd taken care of it.
The forces of evil are persistent, sir.
I'm getting too old for this. Who have we got lined up to deal with this problem?
Murphy, sir.
Oh, no, not Murphy.
Afraid so, sir.
What about Spade or Marlowe?
Dead, sir.
Isn't there anyone else?
Sorry, sir, he's next on the list.
Well, I suppose we'll have to make do. Knowing Murphy, he's going to need help. A lot of help.
I'll check the archives and get back to you, sir.
News of the day. As the Second World War enters its final days, Allied forces are on the march. The troops of the Western Alliance are occupied with the dangerous duty of ferreting out the remaining pockets of Nazi resistance. The storming of Berlin has crushed the heart of German opposition and sent remnants of the Fuhrer's troops scurrying into the dark reaches of the Black Forest. The Germans have vowed to fight to the last man in their quest for world domination. But their days are numbered, with Adolf Hitler dead and the once dreaded SS disbanded. The Allies have exposed the workings of the Nazi war machine and found it festering with ancient blood cults, whose rituals and ceremonies are too astonishing and barbaric to detail. Allied forces will not rest until the last cult member has been revealed and captured.
No pestilence has ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and horror of blood.
In the moonlight, New San Francisco sparkles like a chunk of cubic zirconium, an island of hollow beauty surrounded by a red sea of radiation. 5 million souls drowning in gamma rays. Some lucky people have a natural immunity to genetic mutation caused by the radiation. I'm one of them. Most of them live in the new city, but I don't. I live among the unlucky souls, the mutants and the destitute, and the wreckage of old San Francisco. My name's Tex Murphy. I'm a private detective. Or at least I used to be. Since my marriage hit the rocks, I haven't done much of anything. I went out tonight for the first time in a week, but all I ended up doing was spending the last of my money on a bottle of cheap bourbon. Now it's past midnight, and I'm staring out of the window of my office on the second floor of the Ritz Hotel. Just like me, the Ritz used to be something. Now it's just another grimy building in a rundown part of town. And I'm almost out of bourbon.
My God, Murphy, you look like hell. Really hit bottom, didn't you?
Oh, I usually don't look this bad. I forgot to take my Geritol this morning. So, you want a drink? I saved my first one to have with you.
No, thanks. I've been dry for 8 years now. Yeah, one morning I just looked in the mirror and decided I needed to make a few lifestyle changes. Quit smoking, quit drinking. Now I'm getting out of the business. Yep, I'm going to move to the tropics and retire in a nice secluded island with a tribe of beautiful young women.
You're getting out of the business. I guess that means the end of the world must be around the corner because you are the detective. I can't imagine you doing anything else, especially not running around an island with a bunch of nubile women in a loincloth.
Oh, I can imagine it. I've been thinking about it for years now. Yeah. You know how it is. Lonely. Underappreciated. Dangerous. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in 38 years. I tell you, I'm working on a case right now, and that's going to be my last one. Oh. Enough about me. How about you, Tex? How's life treating you? Bad as it looks?
Well, it depends. What day is it anyway today? Saturday? Well, Saturdays aren't too bad. It's normally Thursday by the time I get really suicidal. So what is it you wanted? Just come by to sprinkle a little salt into the open wounds of my pathetic life?
No, Tex, you got me all wrong. Just because you turned me in and got me suspended and humiliated me in front of my peers. You sold me out. But that's all in the past. See, I quit hating you for that weeks ago. Like I said, I'll be leaving soon, and I didn't want to go with any loose ends dangling there to bother me in my golden years.
Hey, don't worry about me. When you tossed me out of the agency, it was the best thing that ever happened. Digging through dumpsters and sleeping in abandoned speeders. You helped me learn a great lesson. Because no matter how bad things are, they can always get worse.
So what happened to you? I heard you were doing pretty well there for a while. Did a hell of a job on that Martian memorandum case. What's your problem? You one of those people who can't live with success? Huh?
Well, I can live with it. I'm just afraid of commitment. Now you tell me something. Why wouldn't you talk to me 15 years ago? I was a stupid kid back then. Could have tried to understand why I told the ethics board what I did. I mean, I understand now that I was out of line and I made a mistake, but why'd you cut me off like that?
Because apparently you never learned the first rule of a PI. And never, ever betray your friends. Now, friendship goes beyond blood and race and politics. You gotta find out who your friends are, then you hold on to them. They're a precious commodity to people like me and you. Now listen, before I go, I came here with a warning. I heard your name mentioned in connection with a case that I'm working on, and you stay out of it. If you don't, somebody's gonna find you floating in the bay with a hole in your head. I don't need any more strain on my conscience.
You know, frankly, I'm pretty insulted. Because I'm a pretty damn good detective, and I can take care of myself, thank you.
No! Just remember what I said, Tex. Got no idea what kind of people we're dealing with here. Just keep out of my way. I'll send you a postcard.
So last night, after 15 years, the Colonel walks into my office. It made me take a good hard look at myself. Maybe I have hit bottom, and maybe I do look like hell. Lord knows the only exercise I've had lately is tipping the bottle and flipping cards into my hat. I gotta find some work. Contrary to what the Colonel might think, I'm as good a detective as he ever was. Now I just gotta prove it. I'm gonna scare up a job today, even if it means finding somebody's lost puppy. The Scotch Guard that Rudy's upholstering service put on my office chairs will stand up to anything, and I ought to know. That hutch holds a life's worth of knickknacks, paddywhacks, and the world's largest piece of elbow macaroni. This piece of art is called Two Whales on a Bender. This one really isn't art, it's a placemat from Taco Bob's. The UI of U was the only place that would accept me. Half the course credit was earned by locating the university. I spent weeks earning this baby. Best $20 I ever spent. CrimeLink Computer is the only valuable piece of equipment left in the office. By entering suspect information like height, weight, and hair color, I can access the suspect's personal files. This cabinet is where my old successes go to die. Things look pretty slow on the street today. This pure mountain spring water is indispensable, literally. I'm out of paper cups. My old reliable faux oak desk. That hutch holds a life's worth of knickknacks, paddywhacks, and the world's largest piece of elbow macaroni. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Nothing here but nostalgia. This cabin is where my old successes go to die. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Toxic Taste is a novel by Lou G. Trundle, the only mutant popular enough to make the New York Times bestseller list. Hip-hop English keeps me up on all the slang kids are using today. My phone would work perfectly if it hadn't been disconnected. Sylvia, my ex-wife. Whenever I think things can't get any worse, I think about her and how she totally screwed up my life. She's a woman who loves a man, any time. I'll never forget the day I came home early and caught her with the upholstery man.
Oh, there you are. I just got done with the chair. I'll be sending the bill to your husband.
Oh, Rudy. Let's not think about my husband right now. I was watching you upholster and you're so big and strong.
Do you really think so?
Well, yes. God, I've only known you for 10 minutes and I feel like I've known you forever. Oh, yes, look. And look at this muscle. Oh. The way you hold me, Tex never held me like this. Oh, kiss me, Rudy, and set my lips on fire.
Okay.
Oh, Tex, honey. I wasn't expecting you home so soon.
Well, duh. Obviously. Now I know why the Roto-Rooter man keeps calling and asking whether we need our plumbing checked. Well, I gotta admit, those chairs look pretty good.
Thanks. Listen, how about I don't charge you on the labor and we call it even?
Fair enough. But from here on out, Rudy, customer servicing doesn't include my wife.
See, honey? I saved you some money again. Aren't you happy?
I married her for better or worse. Unfortunately, it never got any better. That's a perfect bed for a destitute PI. Small, lightweight, no sheets required. Well, since the building inspector has only one eye and no depth perception, the hotel manager painted fire extinguishers in all the apartments. It saved him a bundle. I call this painting The Big Spill. The stupid light switch is stuck in the on position. Could be worse, I guess. Another pile of garbage. There just aren't enough hours in the day. This here is my favorite desk drawer. As usual, it's a mess. Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. If I don't get a new fax machine, I'll be out of business. Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. If I don't get a new fax machine, I'll be out of... This here is my favorite desk drawer. As usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess. Most of these desk drawers haven't been used for so long, I'm afraid to open them. Most of these desk drawers haven't been used. As usual, it's a mess. Nothing in here but a pen. This is probably the only writing utensil that works in the whole office. Nothing in here but a pen. Nothing in here but a pen. Toxic Taste is a novel by Lou G. Trundle, the only mutant popular enough to make the New York Times bestseller list. Hip-hop English keeps me up on the Scotch Guard that Rudy's upholstering service put on my office chairs will stand up to anything, and I ought to know. The Scotch Guard that Rudy's upholstering service. As usual, it's a mess. Most of these desk drawers haven't been used. As usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess. Nothing in here but a pen. Well, that's not gonna work. Nothing in here but a pen. This cabinet is where my old successes go to. Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. But as usual, it's a mess. As usual, it's a mess. Nothing in here but a stamp. This here is my favorite desk drawer. As usual, it's a mess. Ah, Sylvia, my ex-wife.
Oh, there.
I married her for better or worse. Unfortunately, it never got. Great-great-grandpa Murphy made it through the Depression by teaching cha-cha lessons to rich older women. He made thousands before the authorities found out he had no formal training. The dusty credenza I've got serves only one purpose, and that's to keep the dust off the floor. Old trusty sidearm. Been with me since the beginning. You want some of this, huh? Bam, bam! Hey, bam, bam, bam! Bam! Bam, bam! Bam! And you! Hey, Sonny, can you help me out? My girlfriend threw my gun out of the window. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just pick it up and, hey, don't point that thing up here. That's not a toy, you know. Oh, my hell. No matter how bad things got, I always had my gun. Now I've lost that too. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those days. Ah, the closet door. All I've ever needed was a soft felt fedora, a well-tailored overcoat, and a comfy pair of sneakers. Some people know what they like, and they stay with it. All I've ever needed was a soft felt. Oh boy, mail. A pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant. Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed. A pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant. Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed. A pre-approved. Now all this baby needs is a stamp. My phonograph's an old family heirloom. I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb. That's the door to the street. Nothing in here but a stamp. Nothing in here but a stamp. My old reliable faux oak desk. Nothing in here but a stamp. Well, that's not gonna work. Nothing in here but a stamp. I need to run this thing down to the auto post box on the street. My phonograph's an old family heirloom. I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb. The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot. Chelsea runs a first-rate newsstand. Chelsea Bando's the kind that could hold her own with anyone, but she has a way of turning my niece to jelly. She's a mutant just like everyone else in this part of town, but she's a real beauty.
Well, hello, stranger.
Tell me, gorgeous, has the new True Detective come in yet?
Yeah, but you gotta pay for it this time. Hey, when you finish a magazine, it is in no condition to sell.
You're a riot, Chelsea. You ought to be doing stand-up.
No. Look, I do enough stand-up work right here. So can I help you with something? Oh, you know me, Tex. I'm just making ends meet. Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face. I love Louis, but his friendliness doesn't fool me. He's a sharp one. He knows everything that's going on in this neighborhood. Franny's a live wire. Either she or Sal is going to do time for killing the other one. I have never seen a couple fight like they do. Sal's a handful. He's a nice guy, but I don't know, I feel kind of naked when he gives me the eye. Luckily, Ardo seems to like me. I mean, if I were on his bad side, I'd be tempted to relocate. He could crush a Subaru with one hand. Wish I could help you there, Tex. What can I do for you, Tex? Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face. Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face.
All hell has broken loose since the government stopped requiring products to display those give a hoot, don't pollute symbols. Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. It's all locked up. The only way I'm gonna get inside is by using my innate cleverness or ingenuity, or maybe a key. On the top floor of this place is where I hang my hat. It's not much, but it's better than... well, it's not much. My trusty 31 Lightning Bolt speeder. I still regret not getting the sunroof option. Surprisingly, the auto postbox has no graffiti on it. Maybe people around here are finally starting to respect our government and its fine agencies. The Postal Service has gotten much faster since the stamp price went to $10. I should get my credit card back tomorrow morning. Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. He's a crusty old World War III vet with a face like a raisin and a tongue like a butcher's cleaver.
What do you want, Murphy?
Is this a bad time for a visit?
That depends on whether you're here to help me or to irritate me.
Why don't you tell me what's got you upset?
Last night someone broke into my pawn shop. I don't usually have anything of great value, but yesterday I gave out a fair amount of cash for an extremely valuable diamond bracelet.
How much is a fair amount of cash?
In this case, $8,000.
You know, Rook, I've got a bridge I'd like to hawk.
You're a riot, Murphy. Do you mind if I continue?
The bracelet was pawned by a young girl named Emma Nimpton. She said she hated to hawk a family heirloom, but had no choice. She said she would reclaim the bracelet in a month. Well, since the bracelet was worth 10 times the $8,000 I loaned her, it was a good deal for me.
Did you get any other information from this Emma Nimpton?
She left a phone number. I called her this morning, but the line is disconnected.
So do you have any leads on recovering the bracelet?
No, the police are a waste of time, and I can't afford to hire a decent PI.
Well, apparently you've forgotten that I'm a world-class PI.
I'd appreciate your help. I'm not a rich man, but if you find the bracelet, I'll owe you a few favors, which could come in handy. Come back here and I'll show you where they broke in.
Rook takes me out back and shows me where the burglar broke in. The back window is busted out and the latch is ripped. It's a sloppy job. As I start my investigation, I'm looking for information to enter into my CrimeLink computer back at the office. One thing's for sure, Emma Nimpton won't be one of the suspects' names. Every PI worth his salt knows that's not my name spelled backwards. Looks like a shoe print is outlined in that sticky pool of something resembling chocolate. Footprints about a size 14. These are empty jumbo-sized cans of Camel's chunky chocolate soup. Good. Like Rook always says, you can cut corners here and there, but there's nothing like a quality garbage can. Looks like a key of some kind. I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing around here. Maybe Rook is running a low-rent hostel. I don't usually enjoy piles of garbage, but they do add a lot of character to this alley. The baby rum wrapper looks like it was left recently. Yep, still warm. These disgusting piles of trash remind me of Aunt Betty's annual yard sales. Whoever uses these garbage cans is either a terrible shot or is saving them for that special piece of trash. Well, obviously, the window was broken from the outside. This building that Rook runs his pawn shop out of is at least 120 years old, making it only slightly younger than Rook. The texture of the pavement surface is a cross between a spilled Coke and sandstone. I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing around here. Maybe Rook is running a low-rent hostel. Every time I see yellow-gray water oozing out of a gutter, I just can't help but thirst for a cup of coffee from the brew and stew. I don't usually enjoy piles of garbage. Reminds me of playing hoops when I was younger, in the days before my lower vertebrae turned into petrified rock. Whatever's on the other end of this power box must be out of commission. The gauge is as dead as my love life. It's one of those basketballs they used to give away at Weenie World. 10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled. Well, obviously, the window was broken from the outside. Shard of glass must have come from that broken window. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Looks like whoever broke into Rook's window left one of his hairs behind. Apparently our burglar is a Carrot Top. I don't usually enjoy piles of... Well, that steep staircase looked really hard to climb. This chain link fence doesn't seem to do much, except separate Rook's ugly half of the alley from Franny's ugly half of the alley. Whoever uses these garbage cans is either a terrible shot or is saving them for that special piece of trash. The texture of the pavement surface is I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing. Wow, a recyclable paper can. Finally, a glimmer of ecological responsibility. I didn't know Rook cared. Wow, a recyclable... These are empty jumbo-sized cans. Oh man! This dumpster smells like 20-year-old mayonnaise, and I ought to know. Whoa! This antique boombox worked. I bet it'd only play the Bee Gees. Well, I'll be darned. Except for the filth and stench, the interior isn't much different than the average studio apartment. In fact, it's nicely furnished. Someone's been living here, and I wonder if he saw anything. Oh, man! Well, I'll be darned. I don't usually enjoy piles of garbage, but they do have... This old relic probably hasn't worked in years. Hey! There are batteries in here. I wonder if these still work. Tingly tongue. Still got juice. Oh, I would love to see my ex-mother-in-law squeeze through there. Louis Laments runs the Brew and Stew, which is a local hangout. Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza in the city. The only thing spicier than her cooking is her imagination, and right now she seems to have a thing for me. Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza in the city.
Well, it's that a handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
How'd you guess? You must have seen my white horse hitched to the railing out front.
Oh my, Mr. Murphy, you certainly know how to excite a girl.
Well, that's what I've been told. I almost got my own 900 number before getting into the PI biz.
Well, I certainly would have subscribed. What can I do for you, Mr. Sexy Voice? Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the Slice of Heaven back in '32, but I can't say I know him very well. Chelsea is a nicer girl. Sal tries to flirt with her, but she doesn't give him the time of day. I like Louis. He runs a nicer place, and I go over there and chat with him when the business is slow. Well, I was hoping you'd get around to asking about me. I'm just a lonely, hot-blooded woman who needs the love of a good, strong man. Me and Sal got married too young, and it's been up and down ever since. I've had enough of his drinking and the womanizing, and I'd divorce him in a second, but he's got a couple of buddies who are top lawyers. If I had some hard evidence of his screwing around, I could divorce him and get a decent settlement. Ardo is an overgrown kid. He comes in here for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and I've got to kick him out every time. If I didn't, he'd eat everything we got. Can't help you, Tex. Sorry, I don't know anything about that. I heard that Rook's place got robbed. It scares me to death. There's so much crime in this part of the city.
Louis Laments runs the Brew and Stew, which is a local hangout. The Brew and Stew is run by Louis Laments, a bloated mutant with a heart bigger than his waistline. Everyone comes to Louis's cafe. So does all the street talk. If something's going on, Louis knows about it.
What can I do for you, Mike?
How about a pitcher of beer and the love of a good woman, Louis?
I can't help you with the woman, Mike. Yeah, no problem with the beer, though. Put it on your tab?
Thanks, Louis. I should have some work soon, then I'll be able to pay my tab off first thing.
Don't worry about it, Mike. I know you're good for it. Sorry, Mike. Can't help you there. Rook told me about the bracelet, but I don't know anything more about it. Rook's been robbed before, but he's never had anything really valuable taken. This is gonna set Rook back for a while. Too bad the cops have turned a blind eye. Ardo comes in now and again. Usually orders a couple of steaks and a chocolate milk. His temper's as short as he is tall. And he's only got one oar in the water. A bad combination. Sal's a big guy with an appetite for food, wine, and women. He comes by here most every day for lunch. Granny's a fireball. She and Sal opened the pizza place 7 to 8 years ago, and they've been fighting ever since. Yeah, things are a little slow, but I'm getting by. Having to lay off some of my kitchen help hurt my pride more than anything. Chelsea acts tough, but she has to be with all the scum around. And she's as smart as she is pretty. She knows a lot of what goes on in the shadows of this city. Rook's an ornery old cuss, but me and him are old buddies. We fought in the big war together. He's one person you can trust in these troubled times.
Well, this is a section of the Bay City Mirror. It's a weekly newsletter that covers local goings-on written by mutants for mutants. I'd subscribe if they had a comics page.
What can I get you? Rook's been robbed before. He's one of the few norms besides you who's eaten here. Seems like a typical cop. A little dim, and not too concerned about what happens in the mutant sections of town. Sorry, Murph.
Ardo Newpop is a gigantic goon who works at the front desk at the Golden Gate Motel. Ardo's no rocket scientist. In fact, he probably doesn't even know what a rocket scientist is. My name's Tex, and I'm a PI. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay. I think I already seen this show before anyway.
Captain Wallaby, your favorite show?
It's my third favorite show. My favorite is the Inspector Burns Fire Safety Show.
You know, Ardo, Inspector Burns and I are really good friends.
You are? Wow! I'd do anything to meet Inspector Burns!
Look, Ardo, if you'll answer some of my questions, I might bring Inspector Burns in to meet you. Would you like that?
Okay. I can answer some questions, but first I have to put on my fire hat because Inspector Burns' Fire Safety Show is going to be on pretty soon. I don't know what that is. I heard about that, but I don't know what a crusade is. I never heard nothing about that. I don't know what that is. I never heard nothing about that. I just want to be like my hero, Inspector Burns, because fire safety is very important. I don't know what that is. He's a nice guy and I like to eat there because there's a TV. She's the lady who makes the best pizza. I eat at her pizza place all the time because I love it. Ooh, Chelsea is pretty cool, because she's got good magazines and stuff. That's where I bought my Inspector Burns Fire Safety Manual. I went to his pawn shop because I thought he would have Inspector Burns action figures, but he didn't, and I got mad at him, so he probably don't like me. I never heard nothing about that.
The Bijou Theater used to be quite a night spot. It was condemned years ago and could collapse any day. There's no way I'm going in there. I heard this newspaper box got destroyed right after Chelsea opened her newsstand. Coincidence? Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark. The wiener stand on the patio at the base of Coit Tower made the best chili dog in town. No one's here right now, though, so I better check back later. It's all locked up. The only way I'm gonna get inside is by using my innate cleverness or ingenuity, or maybe a key. It's all locked up. Looks like a welcome mat, but when it's on the doorstep of a novelty shop, you can never be too careful. Whoa, a key. Just a couple of empty old packing boxes. Oh, this is a scary mask. The counter cabinets look like they're worth checking out. These weapons are all made of plastic. All bark and no bite. They're completely useless. Looks like some kind of in-house television.
Hi, kids, it's me, Inspector Burns. And as we all know, fire can be our friend, but fire can be our foe. So many times, fire starts so carelessly. And what can fires do? Fires burn you. Never, never light matches. No, no, no. Fire is dangerous. Fire made me look like this. Do you want to look like me? No, no, no. Don't look like Inspector Burns. Don't play with matches.
Inspector Burns. I always thought he was a freak, but the kids love him. So does Ardo. If I can unlock this door, I may be able to go where only clowns have gone before. Locked. Looks like my fourth grade teacher. Well, this must be Mr. Grimm. He's a reaper. Oh, this is a scary mask. Why, it's Mr. Sloppy Lasagna Eater. I'll bet this is a real popular mask. Wow, the limited edition Daryl Hannah wig and mannequin set. This wig probably sells well during the Bay Area Yodeling Festival. A mask of the king? That's blasphemy! This wig must be quite popular with shy people. Whoa, this wig would even make someone like me look glamorous. Why, it's Mr. Sloppy Lasagna Eater. Whoa! For a second there, I thought someone had decapitated Inspector Burns and left his head on the floor. What a great mask. It's a rusty clown life-size doll. Wow. It's a dead ringer for... Oh, no pun intended. I can't get over how lifelike this doll is. If it didn't have a hook on the back and a battery compartment, I'd swear it was Rusty himself. Maybe this key fits in that employees only door. Well, I have no idea what I'd ever do with a stacking ring, but what the heck. I had a set of stacking rings just like this one when I was a little PI. Even has a small hole in it, just like the rings I had. Man, fill one of these with water and you can chuck it a mile. If I can unlock this door, I may be able to go where only clowns have gone before. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. The sink must have been used for developing photos. Not much use for it now since all the developing equipment's gone. The sink must have been used for a plastic suction dart can be formidable ammo in the hands of an expert like myself. A balloon strategically located near the water faucet. Looks like Rusty didn't go down without a fight. Why in the world would Rusty keep a barrel of toxic acid? Oh, Lordy. So this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own. Someone murdered him. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. Ooh, a small nozzle. Probably a helium dispenser used for filling balloons. Portable helium. Just undo the knot and breathe deeply. Just a couple of empty old packing boxes. I haven't seen Mac Malden since the Martian Memorandum case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
Good to see you too, Mac. You look great. That extra weight sure suits you.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
What you need is San Francisco's best detective on the case.
Yeah? I asked him to help out, but he's busy. Now shove off! Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
I don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on this case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap scotch.
Tell you what, help me solve this case I'm working on and I'll buy you a scotch. And not the cheap stuff.
Bribing a cop, eh, Murphy? Get out of here now and I might not bust you! Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
No, because I really like to watch your face turn red.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Listen, I'm working on a burglary case and I'm looking for a lead.
You and me both, Seamus. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Sounds like we might be looking for the same burglar. Let's compare notes, old buddy.
No chance, Murphy. I don't need you getting in my way. Go play detective somewhere else. Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
No, because I really like to watch your face turn.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy?
I'll bet you could use an extra strength laxative and a nap.
Yeah? And you could...
Oh, looks like Mr. Bum is home for the evening.
Yeah, what do you want?
Looks like you're busy drowning your troubles, my good man.
Well, Mr. High and Mighty, what are you, a preacher or something?
Well, yes I am, brother, and I'm here to save your soul.
Yeah, and I'm the Pope. Get out of my face, you lying dirtbag. Oh no, not you again. Look, I'll warn you right now, I'm almost out of chocolate syrup and I'm not in a good mood.
Look, I'll do you a favor. If you're free Thursday, I'll take you to the Chocoholics Anonymous meeting.
Spare me the insults, tough guy. If you got something to say, spill it.
Well, I was just doing a little amateur sleuthing.
God, you are a pest! This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get her fixed soon, I'll go insane! Doremi mi fa sol la ti do.
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Don't hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it. Come on, that's crap!
Too bad you don't like fresh brains, mate. Hot off the grill.
You want to try a slice of my chocolate pie? I can give you a piece to go if you like.
This isn't a good time for a social call, pump. If I don't get her fixed soon, I'll go insane! Dory mi fa sol la ti do.
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Don't hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it. Praise heaven! You've brought the ambrosia of life. Ask me anything you want. I saw someone prowling around the back of the pawn shop last night. It was so dark, I didn't get a good look at him, but I could tell he was huge. Probably 6'3" or 6'4", about 300 pounds. I stay out of politics, especially bad politics. Wish I could help. Nope, don't know a thing about it. Sorry, can't help you with that. That big goon, he used to hassle me until I shared a quart of chocolate syrup with him. Now he lets me alone. The only time I ever see Sal is when he gets drunk and comes by to pick a fight. Then I kick his butt and send him on his way. I don't have much to do with her. They don't serve anything with chocolate in it at the pizza joint. Nice guy, good cook. Every National Feed a Bum Day, he brings me one of his award-winning chocolate pies. Ugh. I think Chelsea used to fancy me, till she found out my only true love was chocolate. Damn near broke her heart. Brooke, he leaves me alone. Can't ask for more than that.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
I was planning on it, but you know I couldn't find your sister or your mom.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Sounds like we might be looking for the same burglar. Let's compare notes, old buddy.
No chance, Murphy. I don't need you getting in my way. Go play detective somewhere else. Can't you find something better to do than
No, because I really like to watch your face turn red.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the mayor's office is all...
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
Hi, Tex. How's the investigation going? Is there anything I can do to help? Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. Oh, yeah, I know Beak. If you want to talk to him, you might try hanging out around Coit Tower. I remember Rusty. He had a kid show on TV when I was young. I hated the show. That clown makeup always scared me.
I walk up the steps to Coit Tower and spot a small figure lurking in the shadows. In the half-light, I can see only the person's profile, but it's definitely Beak. As I walk towards him, he glances around, then approaches me warily, like a vegetarian sizing up a pot pie.
What are you staring at?
You must be Beak Nerys.
Huh? Yeah, that's me. But I ain't smelled you before. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Chelsea Bando. You told me I could probably find you nosing around up here.
Yeah, Chelsea. Good egg. Nice looker. So, what do you want?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to see if your nose is as big as everyone says.
What, you some kind of joker? Maybe I'll see you around. You leave me alone, Mr. Snoopy Guy.
Look, don't be snooty, Beak. I'm here to cut you a deal. Literally.
Okay, I can use this. My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, hmm? I haven't got any info on that. Chelsea! Smart girl and a real looker to boot. She's got a cute little nose. I can't help you there. She runs that pizza place with her husband, Sal. I don't know much about her. A true Italian nose, though. He lets his wife run the pizza joint. I don't know what he does. Though I've heard some things about who he does. You can tell he drinks a lot by that snarls of his. I haven't got any info on that. I know a little about him. Runs a pretty successful PI business. The bracelet is the bait Mick Flem uses for the pawn shop robberies. Rook's pawn shop was robbed by a two-bit crook named Mick Flem. He and his girlfriend have knocked off half a dozen pawn shops over the past month. The girl goes to a pawn shop and hawks a bracelet for a decent amount of cash. Then Flem breaks into the pawn shop and steals the bracelet, along with anything else he finds. Big trouble. It's causing mutant blood to boil, and I don't want to be around when the bullets start flying. Anyone with a hunker like that can't be all bad. Malden's no rocket scientist, but I hear that he's not on the take. I've helped him out a couple of times, so he leaves me alone. McFlam's rap sheet would take a day to read. He's a fat scum, and he's an idiot to boot. That's why he's always getting caught. He's been busted for burglary, mail fraud, arson, you name it. Everyone knows he operates out of the Snow White warehouse, but don't tell him. Oh, I'm nobody. I just try to keep my nose clean and my ear to the ground. Oh, wait a minute. Or was that vice versa? I think he's dead, and I'll bet Mick Flam had something to do with it. Word was the two of them were smuggling illegal novelty items from Hong Kong, and Rusty crossed Flam. Ever since Rusty disappeared, Flam has had a terrible fear of clowns. Bozophobia. I once saw Flem pretty drunk, and he said he had nightmares of Rusty's ghost coming back to haunt him from the grave. He was completely terrified.
If Flem is working out of this warehouse, it looks like he got careless. The door's unlocked. If this is Mick Flem's hangout, he'll probably be back soon. I better try and set some sort of trap for him. Yummy! A bottle of turnip schnapps. I'll bet it's got a real kick. I don't think I'll move any of these pallets because they look like big slivers waiting to happen. Well, this is actually a storage compartment. Looks like it requires a special combination key. Locked. Crate smells like laundry soap. Crate in front on the floor seems to be partially opened. This must be the power box for the warehouse, and it's locked. Apparently some fireman dropped off his uniform to be cleaned and forgot to pick it up. That hook looks pretty heavy duty. The rusty doll looks great on the pulley hook, but I'll need to get it to move before it'll do me any good. The heavy footsteps I hear must be Flem. Luckily, my rusty trap's all set. I'll need to find a hiding place as close as possible to the pulley control box. When Flem least expects it, I'll throw the pulley lever and bring Rusty back from the dead. Hopefully this isn't a self-destruct lever. Damn, I'm good. This has to be Rook's bracelet. Mick ran off without his keys. I'll bet at least one of these will come in handy. Locked. The strongbox is too sturdy to break open. I'll need the key. What do we have here? Unless I miss my guess, this is jade, and it's good quality, too.
I'm telling you, it's impossible. It can't be done. I've tried everything.
The prophecy is very clear. We can't go on until this step is completed. Surely your unique skills give you opportunity?
My ability has gotten us nowhere. Capricorn got there before me. They're always one step ahead of me. It's like they can read my mind.
We can't let them stop us. Maybe we can use your skills on someone else. I've made inquiries. And if he hasn't gotten himself killed, maybe he's just what we need. Murphy. Tex Murphy.